Hello everyone, in this video I would like to discuss about the difference between the for loop and the while loop with an example. We're going to write a function, countdown function, a function that just makes the countdown. And at the end of the countdown, R will produce a sound to tell us that the countdown is finished. So let's see how we can do this with the for loop first. Okay, so we call this function countdown underscore for loop, assign an operator function. And this function takes three arguments, a, z, and b, where z and b, they have assigned default values, 0 for z and 1 for b. Okay, to produce the sound, I use the beepr package. Basically, this function here that produces the sound belongs to this package. Now, what is this require? Require function works as the library function. It's a function to load the package, but the require function is designed to work inside a function. So then here we generate a sequence. S is a sequence from A to Z. Let's say that we assign the value 10 to A. So this means that A is 10 and Z, if we don't assign any value, takes the value 0. So this is a sequence from 10 to 0, 10, 9, 8 until 0. Here the loop starts. So for I in S, where S is this sequence, the first thing that the loop does is print I. So the first element is 10, so this means print 10. Then sys.sleep, with this function we suspend the execution for 1 second. Then the loop starts again, but now the element is 9. So print I means print 9. The system, the execution is suspended, and the loop starts again, and this until 0, the end of the sequence. After reaching the end of the sequence, this function plays a short sound. We have different options for the sounds from 1 to 11, where the default value is 1, and we can control this sound with this b. So in this case, b is 1, so this is the default value of this function. And we later on we change this sound. So let's run this function and let's test it. You see now the sound tells us that the loop is finished. When it's finished? When it reached the end of the sequence. Let me show you now what this function sys.sleep is doing. Let's rerun this function. Now, because we set this hashtag before sys.sleep, this we are commenting out this line. So this is not run anymore by the function. Let's rerun here. And let's rerun one. As you can see, this is producing the countdown, but this is so fast. And to give an image of the countdown, I'm just using this sys.sleep to suspend the execution for just 1 second before the loop starts again. Okay, let's rerun the original function. And now let's see this second case. In this case, as you can see, I add 1, and now the function knows that this 1 is referring to Z because it follows the order. So the order, the first is A, the second one is Z. So this means that now the sequence is from 10 to 1. If we don't follow the orders, we need to specify the names of the arguments. In this case, as you can see, we assign 5 to B and 1 to Z, but we reverse the order. And in this case, this is still a sequence from 10 to 1, and now we're changing the sound. And this is exactly the same as this line of code where we have 10, 1, and 5. Now let's move to the while loop. Now we call this function just countdown, and as you can see, this function takes the same three arguments a, z, and b. Again, we have require beepr, and the final here beep function is the same. What is changing? What is changed is this one. As you can see, first of all, we don't generate any sequence. This is because the while loop loops over a condition, not over a sequence. And what is the condition here? The condition is that a is greater or equal to z. So if this is true, the loop will run. So what is the point here? The point is that we have to be sure that at this point, this condition will become false. Otherwise, this loop will run forever. Sometimes that happens that we forget to change the condition, to make the condition change. In that case, it's not a problem. You will see that a red button here, a stop button, you just press the button and the execution of the function will be interrupted. So here, let's see, the function, when start, let's say again that a is 10. So 10 is greater than 0, this is true. So the function print a. Now, this is the point, as you can see, we overwrite a as a minus 1. So if a is 10, this means that a becomes 10 minus 1, 9. The, the execution is suspended and the condition is checked again. But now a is 9. 9 is still greater than 0, so the loop is run. And this continue. Uh, a is printed, so 9 is printed. And 9, here a is overwritten as a minus 1, 9 minus 1, 8. And this is checked again. 8 is still greater than 0, and the loop continues. So let's say that now we reach that a is equal to 0. So a is equal to 0, this satisfies this condition. The condition is still true. So the function here print a, print 0, but then a is overwritten as 0 minus 1. So a becomes minus 1. When the loop check again, here the while function checks again the condition. Now a is minus 1. And minus 1 is less than z. So this condition now has become false. And for this reason, this loop is stopped. And after loop is stopped, you will see that this function will produce the sound. So let's run this function and let's test again. And as you can see, this works the same as the previous case with the for loop. So what is the main point here? The main point is that with the for loop, we know that the function, the loop at the end of the sequence will stop. So if the sequence is short, is long, is very long, at the end it will be the loop will be stopped. On the other hand, with the while function, we have to make sure that we make the adjustment that the condition at a given point will be false. These I think they are the main difference between the for loop and while loop that we should be aware of. let's see this last case and we finish this video. So if you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, see you in the next one.